let them warm up. So I'm gonna put on like medium low, because I don't want them to like boil, you just like warm them up. You have to use the Heinz beans. You can get these at Kroger, but they were like almost $5 a can, which is crazy. My nails are kind of short, so I think it's, I'm gonna open it up. Open the beans, and then you add them to the pot. Just a spoon to get the extra out. And then you put this in a sink so you can wash it out and cycle it in a little bit. Next, you're gonna want to heat your pan to like medium high, and then you're gonna cook the meat. So you use bacon and sausage. You can also use black pudding, but I couldn't find that. There's no way you're gonna find that in Athens, Ohio. So, and personally, my family doesn't really like the black pudding either, so we just do the bacon and the sausage. So you add a little butter into the pan and then cook the meat. Sausages. How many do you want? 2 or 3? 4. Okay. You love sausage. Okay. Normally, traditionally, it's like 3 to a plate. So, but I'm not a big sausage girly, so I'll only eat like 2. You can have my extra sausage. I'm not really a sausage person, and like American sausage like doesn't taste the same as British sausage. It's like I like English sausage, but like American sausage is not really my favorite. You also put the bacon and the sausage in the same pan. I can open this. The scissors. Just open it up. Take out the bacon and put it in the same pan as the sausage. Might cut it in half as well because it's easier to fit in there. So just add your bacon and with your sausage. British bacon is a little different compared to American bacon. I think it's more like a back bacon. It's not as like fatty. It's more like chewy and a little more like meaty. So that's like kind of like a process we have to switch over from British bacon to American bacon. And while your beans are cooking, you're gonna want to get a smaller fry pan. This one, like this type of size, and we're gonna use this to cook the tomatoes and the mushrooms. I'm just gonna move our kettle out of the way. This is a really small kitchen. So we're just gonna put that on probably like medium as well. And then the mushrooms are already pre-sliced and washed, so we'll just throw them in there. But the tomato, the roasted tomato, we'll have to cut that up. So you can just add a little butter. This is a very buttery breakfast. You see the bacon is cooking and the sausage. You just kind of like turn them over. That's like how you cook like normal breakfast meats. But these are kind of like more processed American style. And then this is just a personal preference, but I normally like to add some cracked pepper on my bacon. And just because this pan is not the biggest, we have to just cook it a little bit at a time. So our beans are warming up. Probably turn that down a little bit. This is like the most important part, is the beans. So our butter is warming up in our pan. And so we're going to cook our mushrooms and our tomato in there. So these are pretty pre-washed and pre-cooked, or pre-washed and pre-sliced. So you just kind of throw a handful or two in there. Normally at my house, it's really only my dad and I who like mushrooms, so we normally don't do mushrooms. But here we both like mushrooms, so we're gonna do mushrooms. Like a big chunk of mushrooms. So then you can just put these back in the fridge because you don't really need them anymore. Put them in there. There you go. And then you're also going to want to get ready to start prepping your tomato. I already washed this, so you really just you just kind of cut it up into like thick slices. So we have a knife here, and then we'll just, or I should use this knife. I haven't used this knife to cut any meat, just butter, so. We normally, in my family, we normally don't do tomato often, just because not everyone's a big tomato fan, but I wanted to show like the traditional bit, so we are going to do that. So our mushrooms are cooking. I'm also going to just put a little bit of salt and pepper on the tomatoes before you put them in the pan. So a little pepper and a little salt. Just give them, salted tomatoes are really good. So then you're going to just put them flat side down. So just kind of move your mushrooms. I might add a little more butter. This is a very buttery breakfast. That's how a lot of British foods are. They're pretty, butter is like the main, like, compared to like oil or olive oil, it's more like butter. That's cooking pretty, so we're gonna slow that down. Put down our tomato. I'm gonna spread the butter around a bit. That's the tomato. So our tomatoes and our mushrooms are going. Now it's time to head to the meats once more. Just kind of keep stirring them. And I'm going to get a plate with just like a paper towel, drain the meat a little bit, because we're going to use this pan for other things. So like, once again, like traditions we kind of take out because of our family like preferences and like with what we can find in America. This black sausage, or the blood pudding, I think it, yeah, like blood pudding, which is like a patty. And then we also add hash browns. In some areas, people use hash browns, but traditionally, you don't use hash browns.
Smells good.
Smells good?
Yeah. How long does it take to
probably another 10-15 minutes. Just have to do the eggs.
Should we eat the...
Okay, this bacon is pretty done. So we're just gonna put it on the paper towel so that it like gets some of the oil off it. Yeah, this is very like greasy. So it's a very much of a treat. Like mostly it's more like a weekend thing in my family or when everyone's home, which isn't very often. So it's more like a special treat for us than like everything, something we have all the time. So these sausages are about done. And I'll just put them on the corner. I can probably put them here. Let them kind of drain it off. The eggs, which are traditionally like sunny side up or like over easy eggs, nice like runny yolk that you can dip the toast in, and then the toast. I use this like multi-grain loaf. This is what I purchased, but normally we just use like regular like wheat bread in our house, but I wanted to be a little fancy, so I got this bread. And like the important thing about like English breakfast with the bread is like you don't toast it, you don't put it in a toaster, you fry it and like grill it in the bacon and the sausage fat, so it gets like nice and like crispy, and it also keeps some of the like flavor from the meat in there. And then you will cook your eggs in the pan that you cooked your mushrooms and tomatoes in. And then the beans just get their own pan. We're gonna flip our bacon here. And these are pretty nice hefty slices of bread, so that's why I picked these, because you want like, you don't want like bread that's too thin. Probably like that much bread. 3 pieces. And all this oil is what you'll put your bread in. Our mushrooms and tomatoes are about finished. So I'll also put them on this little plate here with the meat, so we can keep getting this pan ready for our eggs. So just gonna put our mushrooms here. Yeah, as a child in England, mostly I like grew up during the week with like toast with like Nutella on it, Nutella toast, or like marmalade toast, or like Weetabix, which is kind of like a hash brown shaped thing with oat, and it has like chocolate in it. That's one of my favorites. And you can order those nowadays on Amazon, which is really nice. So you can have that stuff whenever you want it. Obviously it's a little more expensive, but you're paying for like probably like import taxes and transportation costs. So you're just gonna put your little tomatoes here. And I think our bacon's about done here. My mom likes it super crispy, but I like it more on like the chewier side, so we don't like to cook them too long. So now I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. We have all this like oil here. And we're also gonna get a little more butter. So to melt down for our eggs, which are, once again, more like sunny side up eggs. So let that melt. Normally for sunny side up, you want to do like medium low. We'll probably make like, normally it's traditional for people to get 2 eggs each. So I'll probably cook 2 eggs at a time. And then with our drippings here, we're going to put in our bread and fry the bread in the oil. Probably don't want to do it too long, but you want to let it like get crispy. So this first piece of toast is probably done. And like, as you can see, it gets like super like crusty. And then we're gonna put our second piece on. I got an eggshell on my finger. So let our eggs go. And when I've been recently making eggs, this is a Japanese salt and pepper mix that I have been using to put on our eggs. We like a lot of eggs here, so we do that quite often. And it's salt and pepper in one, so it's super convenient. Super kind of oily. So you can also like wipe it off with like damp it, like pat it with a paper towel, but for the full experience you want it like this. And then we have our last piece of bread here. This is good because it helps get rid of the extra oil that you have to like deal with because you don't want to pour it down the sink or anything. Normally my family, we're not like, my mom prefers scrambled eggs, so we normally use scrambled eggs with ours, but I like the sunny side up more than the scrambled eggs. And then when we make scrambled eggs, we normally put like onions in them as well. Like kind of like big, not like super big chunks of onion, but like decently sized chunks of onion, and put them in there. We have our sausage, our bacon, mushrooms, tomato, toast, beans. Our eggs are almost done. I think I cooked them a little over. That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get those ready on the big plates that you put the breakfast on. And the good thing about over easy sunny side up eggs, they just slide right out of the pan. Alright. So we have our eggs. I'm just gonna scoop those to the side while I put on the last 2 eggs. Get a little more butter. And this last piece of toast is done. Oh, they got a little burnt on the end. That's okay. And then if you put this on low, you can honestly just put everything back on so it can stay warm, so it doesn't get cold. In there. And then while those last eggs cook, I can go ahead and start plating up our plate. So it's easier since these are big pieces of toast, just to kind of cut them in half. We're gonna put our cover on the eggs. So then you want to start and assemble. So you have your toast that you just kind of put on like that. I'll do 3 pieces of toast. This is a very big filling breakfast, so you won't be like hungry until like dinner time. And then you have your sausage, which normally goes on the corner. And then your bacon. It's going to be a very full plate. And you add your mushrooms. And then your tomato. You have to be careful with the tomato because it gets kind of squishy. Get in 3 tomatoes. I'm not the biggest fan of tomatoes. And don't drop things, obviously. Those eggs are about done, so we're gonna just go ahead and turn those off. And then the most important part, the beans will go right in the middle. Like they have to go in the middle. So the spoon is very hot. So you scoop your beans right in the middle. And then that kind of looks like that. So that's 1 plate done. And there's 2 of us eating today. So I'll get 2 plates ready. And I think my eggs are about done here. They're not like the perfect sunny side up eggs, but that's okay. I like eggs, so it doesn't really matter. I feel like traditionally it's sunny side up, but it's kind of just to your like preference of what type of eggs you like. Okay. I didn't put enough butter. They usually slide right on out, but I didn't add enough butter. So you're gonna put your eggs kind of like right here. Then you'll add your sausage. Oh, I forgot you wanted 4 sausages, so I'll put those there. So here's your sausage, your bacon, and next goes your mushrooms and your tomatoes. And then you put your toast right here. So you kind of put your toast here. Normally right here, if you did hash browns, you would put your hash browns next to your toast, and you would put your blood sausage or your, blood sausage, you would put that right here. And I like extra beans, so I'm gonna put a little more beans on mine. Normally you want them in the middle, but since I don't, my eggs take up a little more room, we'll put them like that. And then you kind of have it like that. And then we have 2 little pieces of bacon left over, so I'll just plop 1 on each. And then that's about it, really. So and then there you have it. This is a traditional English breakfast. It's super important in my family. We normally, especially when we're all together and like at holidays, my mom will cook this for us. So it's kind of like a treat, and it's like a good memory of like growing up in 2 cultures. And then we're also gonna make a little video of us trying it. This is like the taste testing part. I have my taste testing guest today. You mind introducing yourself?
Yeah, my name is Hiroaki Honda. I'm from Japan and I'm studying in applied linguistics at OU.
Is this your first time like trying something like this before?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah?
I haven't tried this kind of, traditional British food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is like a traditional like British breakfast. What's like a traditional Japanese breakfast?
You mean like as compared to Japanese one?
Yeah, kind of like, is there something like this in Japan that's kind of like a big kind of breakfast?
Yeah, we eat eggs and sausages, but I think this sausage is a little different from Japanese sausage. Yeah, and I don't know if we eat this kind of beans.
No, not a big beans guy, are you?
No.
No. Normally you might have rice instead of bread, correct?
Yeah, we eat rice. But some people eat bread in Japan too, but I personally like eating rice.
All right, well, thank you.
Okay.
We can try it. All right.
Right.
Go ahead and tell me what you think.
Which one do you want me to try first?
You can try everything, but with the beans, you can try them on the toast. It's like beans on toast. It's like another like British food.
Okay.
Put the beans on the toast. There you go.
Like this.
Yep. And then just take a bite. What do you think? You like it?
It's good.
It's good.
It's sweet and the bread is pretty like crunchy.
Crunchy. Yeah, these
Very
are
nice.
British baked beans, so then they're a little sweeter than like American ones. So that's why
It's good.
you might like those. They're a little sweeter.
Yeah, I like it.
Good. And then here is like roast or like fried tomato and mushroom.
Okay.
You can give it a little nibble. You don't have to put on toast. You can if you want. It's just like salt and pepper.
It's good.
It's good.
I like tomatoes.
Like tomatoes.
Mm.
Mushrooms are good too.
Yeah.
And then you got bacon and sausage, which is more like American style bacon and American sausage.
Yeah, I like bacon.
You like bacon?
Yes.
How's it different from like Japanese bacon?
Oh, that's a good question. Japanese bacon is more like a ham.
Like a Canadian
Yeah,
bacon?
yeah, not like raw bacon like here.
It's good, not too crunchy.
It's good, yeah.
It's good. Okay.
Mhm.
And you can also, because the eggs are sunny side up, so you can like dip the toast in the yolks as well.
Mm.
And normally it's traditional to have 2 eggs.
Oh, you guys have 2 eggs?
Mm-hmm. That's why I made 2 eggs. You know, I normally only have 1 egg.
I see. You want me to dip this?
Yeah, you can put some of the yolk.
Is it like
in there.
traditional way to eat?
I don't know
bread?
if it's like the traditional way, but that's how my family likes to eat it. It's good.
It's good.
It's good. Good.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, looks like it's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Something different.
Yeah.
We like to cook food from each of our cultures together and share them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad I
very
was
good.
able to do this. We have a good memory together.
It's a nice assignment.
Nice assignment, yes. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. And we're gonna go ahead and finish the rest of our breakfast and enjoy.